Hey, I thought I'd give some updates on where the channel is at and what content is in the works. The Fallout 3 and New Vegas video is still in production with the same release date I've always given of coming out in 2026. I have someone helping me with the production to keep things moving smoothly on that front. My usual mode is to be playing something for footage for Project B while I write and edit videos for Project A. It just prevents things from becoming stale. There is the Oblivion audio remaster, but that's being put together by another editor. It's mostly the same voiceover as before, but it has some new material, and I fixed some things, and I'm doing this for a future release on other audio platforms. That will be coming out soon, and depending on how well it does, we can do other projects like that for other videos, as it isn't a ton of effort or time on my end taken away from making new content. Taking time away from new content is why I've never remastered my old stuff. But for the body of the video, the Burning Crusade, expansion for World of Warcraft. I've been wanting to do this and known it's coming, so I've been, as one would say, preparing. But yeah, a bit of context. TBC is a cursed era of WoW. It's highly acclaimed, but it's rarely ever had private servers that stayed alive like Vanilla or Wrath servers do. And unlike Vanilla, there was never an era server preserving the old content. Nor do we know if there will be this time, because Blizzard's bad at communication. So even though they did TBC a few years ago, I wasn't there, so I missed out on it. Because of the way WoW works, it's not really authentic to play TBC in retail, the current expansion, or even the current Mists Classic server because of how many systems they've already overhauled. So I just have to take advantage of these things when they happen, which unfortunately is when a bunch of people want me to only be releasing a Fallout video. It's unfortunate, but that's life. The reason you're hearing about it now, however, is that I'm doing a community guild because I'd rather have the, shall we say, emergent storytelling of doing that as opposed to going undercover like I did with Classic. And Private Sessions will be joining us. He says to make the drama juicy so he can make content about it. I'm leaving it up to people to decide if playing is something that interests them. I plan to do other multiplayer things in the future, so it's not like this will be the only opportunity if, for example, you don't want to give Blizzard money, because I understand that. So from here on, I'll be sharing information on our plans for the Burning Crusade. The pre-patch. This is an interim time period where all the content overhauls are in the game, but they haven't unlocked the new content for leveling from 60 to 70. This is the perfect time to level up, and there's actually been a bit of annoyance because Blizzard waited up until less than a week prior to actually announce how long it was going to be. We seem to have gotten the compromised length of 3 weeks, as they did 2 weeks last time, and that was too little time. But many players who've already leveled don't want to wait 4 weeks for the portal to open. So that's slightly over 3 weeks to level with us to 60, and a few more days if you want to be the superior orc race and start now. Because of how pre-patch works at Anniversary, they're actually giving us the leveling rework that came later now, so the leveling in the pre-patch is going to be faster than in Vanilla. So if you were on the fence because of how slow Vanilla leveling is, don't be. It's way faster in the pre-patch, and I will share the information you want to hear about that later. We are on the Dreamscythe server. It's US PvE, and we're on the Horde side. PvE doesn't matter because Dreamscythe shares Battlegrounds and Arena with Nightslayer, so all you're missing out on is World PvP in the expansion where people can fly. If you want to join our guild, the Obsidian Order, you can grab the Shadow Council role from the role channel, and then there is a thread for the Burning Crusade where we are posting information regularly. This is the current sign-up sheet. There is a way in that channel to add your information or see the updated one if you want to pick your class based on what the party needs. Generally, the safe pick is hybrid classes, though. They're pretty good in the Burning Crusade, especially because there is dual specialization now, meaning you can swap on and off being the tank or healer. Alright, let's talk leveling changes. XP requirements are reduced. It's 18% across the board, focused on the later levels. So the early levels that are already quick stay the same, it's just not as grindy after level 30. They've also increased the amount of experience quests will reward, dungeon quests in a big way. So no longer is mob grinding a competitive way to level up. These two changes combined can result in a 30 to 40% overall decrease in playtime needed to hit the max level. There are new starting zones, other leveling zones were revamped, and elite quests were made soloable, so there's no shortage of quests to do like there was in vanilla. Mounts were moved down to level 30 and made cheaper, so you get them a lot sooner, and dungeon loot was overhauled to be better, so you'll have easier access to equipment that will make you kill things faster, which will make you level faster. With all of that information, as well as data I have collected from my own time leveling through pure mob farming, there will be another different video dedicated to me talking about that. I've been able to put together a rough schedule of what levels you need to be by when to be high enough level to join us in Outland on the launch date. I actually planned around having only 3 weeks, but we got a couple extra days that can serve as padding. All of my estimates are conservative, so I think it'll be possible to level faster than what's on the chart. We also have a Warlock and Mage leveled already to help reduce the travel times. I'm just grateful it's not 2 weeks of free patch, because there's no way I'm making a main channel video where I ask people to play 6+ hours for 2 weeks straight. That storytelling would be a little too emergent. I'm focused on having a couple dungeon groups formed that can knock out all of the dungeon quests and get lots of gear. So the idea with the schedule, and I'll post updates as well on the server, is to have a rough idea of where everyone is in case you need to miss a day and either play ahead or to catch up after. As long as you aren't like 30 levels behind, someone will probably help you out. I've included a handy chart of how much experience dungeon quests give to give you an idea of why doing them is so lucrative. As for expectations, I'm already pretty busy this year and won't be able to do any kind of like crazy no life progression guild, even with things being post-nerf. Also, it is Blizzard, so I wouldn't put it past them to have content locked when there will be nothing to do for 4 to 6 months but the first 3 raids. I mainly want to run the leveling guild, get as many people as I can to Outland, and see how many make it to 70, and if we have a team, then we could do Karazhan because 10-mans are fun. If you want more progression, expect to join an outside guild and plan your character accordingly for that. It'll be easier to do Battlegrounds and Arena with people from our guild, just I don't know if anybody in it is good at that. I say all that to inform you that you should play what you want or think would be good for a third-party guild. Of course, healers and tanks are always good as long as you aren't doing actual pickup groups with randoms. So yeah, the project aims are to level in all the new zones across both factions, complete all of the TBC dungeons on normal and heroic mode, attune for all of the raids, and try to visit each raid at some point. That last part I suspect will not be with the guild unless we somehow get a massive turnout of signups for this. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm trying to do better in 2026 when it comes to making content and doing communication.